Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Cállate la Boca. I'm your girl Smiley from Cállate la Boca, and I have a very special homegirl with me today.
This your girl
Woo!
Traviesa from Cállate la Boca.
What's up? What's
Like,
up? We're repping tonight. They brought us onto the show. They told us that we wanted to be guests, and we said yes, and we're here. Um, and we're gonna tell you guys spooky stories. Traviesa has a few today, and she says that they're pretty crazy. So we're about to see and react to them and see what she has to say. I have one too, so we'll see if you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to notify you every time we upload a new episode and get into the spooky vibes with us.
Spooky season.
Yes. And we're going to start off with a shot because we're talking scary tonight.
Yeah.
So to loosen up, homegirl.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Go.
Okay. All
Cheers.
right. Cheers, guys.
Take one with us too,
Yeah.
if you're a real one.
We getting into the little spooky season,
Mm-hmm.
getting into the vibes.
Whew.
Not
We're going
bad.
to be all like,
I know. We're like, so, anyways.
so, okay. You want to tell us the first story?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
let's see. One of the spooky stories that I have a close friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
So her and her husband, had just, finished doing the little deed or whatever.
Okay. A little
And,
sexy time?
a little sexy time. And, when you finish doing the deed, you either go to sleep or whatever the case is. So she
Mhm.
went to sleep, wearing just a large shirt, and she said that out of nowhere she was sleeping and she felt like something push on the side of the bed, when something kind of sinks in. So she
Oh.
felt that, and then um she felt like something go on top of her, and then she felt like something go inside of her. El chiquis triquis aquí se lo metieron, like
Like the back door?
the back door.
And it wasn't her husband?
It wasn't her husband, because her husband was like right there. She could, she obviously had her eyes open by the time that, she felt the little, but she couldn't move.
The little when she felt the little poke, she saw
Yeah,
some like she felt it,
she felt it. Yeah, she
but it
felt it,
wasn't
and
her
she felt the
husband.
pain. Yeah. So she obviously she woke up, but she couldn't move. And she felt like just something was like just like sustaining her, like just keeping her down. And so she kept seeing that her husband was up and he was on the phone, and she couldn't do anything about it. And she just felt the thing coming in and out and in and out. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys. This is the first time I've ever heard of something like this happen, but she felt that, and until she felt like something, she had her, so she fell asleep kind of like in a four, I guess you would say,
Oh,
one leg
okay.
is like that, and then she had one arm down and whatever, like this. She was sleeping like that.
Very
So she
comfy
was
vibes.
able, yeah. She said somehow she was able to like grab onto something and like try to pull onto it, and as soon as she did that, like it stopped. So that fucking happened. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've never heard something like that happen, but she
That's
Googled it and she said
crazy.
that it is true that there's like spirits that, still have, those wantings, and things like that.
That has to be like a negative
Yeah,
vibe, like a
it's like,
negative spooky, like
what
what is
the
it,
fuck?
entity?
You're fucking sleeping, and then out of nowhere something just, and you're
Seriously? Oh
like,
hell
what the
no.
fuck? Like,
That's
it's
crazy.
scary as fuck to hear something happen like that. It's like, it's on some serious shit. I guess it
Because
does
it's
fucking
it's
happen.
more than like the sleep paralysis, no? But it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, you're getting actually not just pushed down, but
By something,
touched.
obviously that demonic that
Did she
still
have
wants
any
those
like
necessities.
bruises in the morning or anything like that? Where
No,
like
she
no?
didn't say that she had any bruises or anything like that. She did say that she woke that obviously, like, when when she felt it, come off, she was able to like wake, move her body.
Uh-huh.
And she told her husband, like, hey, she didn't try to scare him or anything, so she was just like, hey, like, did you, see something or anything like that? He was like, no, like, what's wrong, like, are you okay? And she's like, oh no, nothing. So that's what the fuck happened. But it's like, what the fuck?
That is
Like, what
crazy.
the actual fuck?
Oh hell
Like,
no.
let me know if that's
Not
ever
only do you have
happened
to
to you
protect
guys.
yourself from regular D, now you have to ghost D too? Heck no.
Yeah, I've never heard some shit like that,
Oh
but
my
make sure
god.
you guys fucking put on your motherfucking PJ pants on, or
Some
some
calzones,
I'll put a
something.
belt on if I was you. But yeah, I'm going to sleep like that from now
Heck
on
yeah.
after I heard some
That's
shit like that. But
crazy.
yeah,
That is
that's some
weird.
real fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh
But
my god. Was she sore or anything? Like did she say details like
she didn't say she was
no?
sore or
So it was
anything.
just
Yeah.
like the feeling but nothing legit happened. Like oh my god. That's freaking
No, honestly,
crazy.
she just said, and then she has had different experiences where her daughter's like her daughter has woken up and like she saw her daughter like look up and down, and then she covered herself in the blanket and she just like put herself in the bed and she was just screaming like, I'm scared, and then the next day she asked her what happened, and it was she had seen like a tall dark figure, and like it was just crazy, and it's just like, what the fuck? Things like
That
that really do
is
exist. And I'm like, we're getting into the fucking scary vibes, but no, for
yes.
real, this stuff does
Oh
exist.
hell
And it's like, what the
no.
fuck? Search it up if you want to. I'm like, I don't know. I don't, it's never happened to me personally, but my girl told me, and I was like, let me say it to y'all.
Yeah, that's definitely something crazy because it's like not well, like when you have sleep paralysis and like you feel
Yeah,
it and
it's
that
one
already
thing.
feels creepy.
Yeah,
Imagine now feeling like you're freaking awake but you can't move and then you're getting like touched by something freaky like that. Like that's fucking weird. And
yeah.
then the little girls too. And it's like kids see stuff
They
like that
see
because they're
stuff like
super innocent and like they don't know like bad from good, like that. And it's like when they see creepy stuff like that, it trips you out because like I wonder if like the same like ugly thing that the little girl saw is the same entity that um like
that
touched her.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
it's scary,
look.
honestly, but
Ah!
like freaking ads.
I know, my bad.
But
Sorry. Move on.
we're like, anyways, yeah, it's scary, honestly. I never heard of
Oh,
something like that happened, but it's
I know
crazy. Let
that's
me know if
super
that's happened to
crazy.
you, or if one that has had the same experience, because that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is pretty crazy. Well, like going towards like your story, how you just said we used to live with my grandparents back when we were younger, and my brother would see this like just red ice through the window all the time, and I would see the same red ice too. And the house that we lived in, it was the main house and the guest house, and my brother would sleep in in the guest house with my parents and stuff. And
Hmm.
I was like already a teenager, so I stayed in the main house with my grandparents. And there was two bedrooms in the back guest house, and then there was three bedrooms in the main house. So that's why we were separated, because the boys stayed with my parents and I would stay with my grandparents. And I would see the same red eyes through the window also, and we'd always get like spooked by them because like we would literally just like be sleeping and wake up and the first thing we saw would be like the window and the red eyes. And
Oh
then
fuck.
we would tell our grandparents like we were seeing this and seeing this and seeing these like eyes like continuously. And that's all we would see at nighttime, just like the red ice always. Like that's the only thing we saw. And one day my grandpa was like praying and like kind of like saying like get this ugly like and like whatever entity out of the house, like stuff like that. And because he was like praying and praying and praying, like weird stuff would happen now in the house, where like one day he was eating breakfast and he had his cup of like orange juice, and he finished the cup of orange juice, and he was putting the dishes in like the dirty dishes in the sink, and he was just chilling, watching the news and stuff. And then he heard like that the cup dropped like on the floor, just dropped. And he looked like he turned back to see what the heck was going on, and the cup was like kind of like bouncing on the floor, like kind of like when it drops and it's like tick, 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 like that. He was like, what the heck, like it was nowhere near the counter, like enough for it to like just tip over. So then he put the cup back and then just kind of was like, okay, whatever, like I believe like in God, and like this is not gonna happen, like we're good over here. And then the cup like just gets, like he says he saw the cup go like this and then just go over the sink and kind of like pretend like it was pouring something, but there was nothing in the cup. And that's when he finally got spooked, because he was like, oh hell no. And when he ran, he heard the cup like bounce again. And then that's when like they had
Like it
like,
bounced and it broke, or?
no, it was like a plastic cup, so it
Oh, okay.
bounced back on the counter, like it just like was up in the air and then it just dropped, and it just bounced on the counter because there was nothing holding it. And so he was like, what the hell's going on? And since he was the one that was praying to get this entity out, he was the one that was experiencing now things happening in the house. And so when that happened, he just felt like this really bad energy. And he like told like the pastor of the church where we used to go to the house and like bless it and just kind of say a prayer, and that we needed more prayer because obviously this negative entity was taking over more than like the praying that he was doing to get rid of this entity or whatever.
Yeah.
So then when they do that, and like literally it was like a couple, like it was a pastor and then like a couple like brothers and sisters from the church and stuff to kind of come and pray. And I guess it's like the power of prayer and stuff that would get rid of this entity because it was more powerful than like the negative entity. um it like there was an older lady that was part of the group. There were like three different like senoras,
Hmm.
and one of the ladies fainted.
Oh
and
shit.
and the next thing you know, like the next day after that, like the entity never showed up again, like nothing happened ever again. And they were just kind of like, it's weird that she did faint, but she said that she was just like, she was putting all her like
Energy out.
energy out, that it like drained her. And maybe that was like the big reason why maybe she was the one able to help, I don't know, like get the negative entity. But yeah, it was super weird because we would see this red eyes for like months and months and months.
And how
And
old were you at the time?
I was like 13, and my brother must have been like, he's 5 years younger than me, so yeah, he was like, what, like 8ish, eight,
Oh
8, 9,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just super weird because we were in two different completely houses in two different separate bedrooms, but we would both wake up and see the same red eyes. And it was super weird because you would just see kind of like, it almost looked like Batman eyes, like kind of like I see nomás the little eyes like that. Yeah, it was just super weird, but it was like the creepiest thing ever. And then
Was this like in Mexico,
no,
or?
this was here like
Oh,
in
here?
Carlsbad. Yeah, we used to
Oh
live in
man.
Carlsbad, and then it would happen. Yeah, that's where it happened. So it was super crazy because it was just like, I don't know, and then you would feel like somebody was always watching you. You'd always feel like somebody was like on you, kind of like a heavy weight. It was super
Hmm.
super weird. But they do say that it's like um they do say when like your spirits are low, or you don't really like believe in like stuff like that, and you just are very careless, like, and you're at a weak point or something, that they attach to you because they're feeding off your energy to keep
Hmm.
being bad. So I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep with good vibes. I don't go to sleep mad, nothing like that. So I'm like, heck no. Excuse the
Mm.
freaking commercials, I'm sorry.
Like, hold up.
I know, like, sorry.
That's
But yeah,
fucking
super
scary.
crazy, yeah. But
I've never experienced anything scary like that. I think just when I was a kid, I would always have like dreams with this certain, like, it was a Caucasian, like gray haired like man, and I would always see him like either try to jump and like run after me, or I would just see him standing like in my room where I would sleep with my parents and stuff. Like, it was just some scary stuff where I would experience that, and then I would kind of just like sleepwalk, and then I would point like el señor, el señor, and
mm,
like I would actually see that. But yeah, like my family, I guess they would tell me like, oh, like cálmate, and I guess one time like my dad was like, cálmate, te voy a pegar con el cinto, and then right after that, like I went straight to sleep, and I was like, I'm not
oh
playing.
my
I'm like, it's either that or
gosh.
that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to sleep.
How old were you?
um, I was around. It was like 8 through like when I was 12. Like, I had it for a while where I was having those
Oh my
dreams where it was just like
god.
constantly seeing that man like after me, or like just, yeah, it was scary. But that's like the scariest thing I've ever experienced, thank the Lord. But after I kept seeing like that person, the only way that I remember that it stopped was when my mom like gave me like she gave me something that was wrapped up like in a tissue, and then she put it in the middle of my chest and the my shirt, and I fell asleep. And I woke up and I was like, oh, like I didn't have any bad dreams.
Mhm.
And then like I just blew my nose and I threw it away, and my mom was like, where's that, like, tissue that I had wrapped up? And she was like, I was like, "Oh, I threw it away." And she's like, "Oh, like I had like un like una cruz con Diosito, like
So it was
blessed."
like blessed.
Yeah, she
Uh-huh.
had a blessed, um cross with Jesus on it, and it was on my chest, and I threw it away. But after that, like I never experienced any bad dreams like about that person in particular, like coming after me or
Damn.
anything like that. But it was a trip because I had those dreams constantly with that certain person.
Mhm.
And like no one else would like be able to like believe me or anything, because I would just say like el señor, like what the fuck. They're like, get the fuck to sleep, bitch, like I'm not trying to get scared.
Yeah. Oh,
So
heck no.
yeah, that's the only thing that I've experienced, that me personally, pues. But
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of fucking stories that I'm like, oh no.
I know, like not that long ago, uh maybe like what 2 years ago, here in my house, like my mom was living with me for a moment of time, and she was the one that always like cleaned the house pretty much, and we'd all work and stuff like that, and she was at home all day long, so she would clean. One day I was chilling with her, and it was during COVID time. So all the everybody that was essential workers went to work, and it was just me and her that stayed, and like my brother. And she was sweeping, and then she was mopping. And it's this is towards the entrance of the house. When she was mopping, she saw like some footprints on like on the wet floor, like two footprints, like if somebody would have like just stood there. And she was like, what the heck? And then she's like, hey, like I'm gonna mop again, like this piece of like tile, like can you see if you see anything? But she didn't tell me what she had seen or anything like that. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay. And I was kind of like, well, what did you see? She's like, I don't know, I just see like something, but I don't know if it's like the tile or reflection or where I'm seeing this reflection from, but it's just kind of weird. Just let me know if you see anything. And I was like, okay, fine. So she mops again. The floor is wet, like there's no, it's not
It's like a
drying.
fresh coat
Yeah,
of just
fresh
what.
coat of wetness. That sounds kind of weird, but I like that.
Yeah.
And then I see just two like footprints, like if it's somebody had just stepped on there like that, but no like several footsteps, just like 2 feet, like stamped on the wet floor. And I was like, I see 2 feet. And then the thing
Were they
is,
big?
they were big, and like a size maybe like 13 or
Oh,
14, like it was a huge foot. And mind you, like all the people in the house that were in, like the males, and they looked like like male feet because they were big. and Unless it was a female, that's a big ass foot. But
yeah, my
but it
grandma.
was a male. It was a male. It looked
Yeah.
like a male's foot. And it was just like the people in the house were like 9, 10, maybe 11. So it was just, there's no way that that big ass foot would have just been stamped on like that. So now, and now she's already left my house. She has her own place, and I mop, and I haven't seen the footprints, which is weird because when she would mop, the footprints would come up. But now that I mop, the footprints don't come up. So it's just kind of weird that they were on when she was living here, and now that she's gone, like they're not here. And the thing is, it's like during that time, like it was COVID, like, and it was just like they were in a weird position where like there's no way no anybody from the house would have just stepped like that. So it's not like one of her footprints. So it's just kind of weird. And then after that, like I started living here. I decorated the house, and like everything was pretty much just everything was mine only because like I was the only one living here with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And well, I'm still living here. And I was doing laundry, and I was just doing like the last little load of putting like the washer stuff in the dryer, and then I was gonna come to bed and stuff and just go to sleep. And literally I was coming out of my laundry room, and I'm coming up the hallway to go into my room, where I'm coming from the laundry room. I have a little coffee like station, and I was coming, and I don't know what the hell pushed me or what the hell dropped me, but it slammed me against the coffee station, and I broke all my mugs that were in that station, and you just heard me like go bah, and I hit the floor, and like I was freaking like hurting because like I hit the wood like station.
That hard.
Yeah, really, really hard. And like all my mugs were shattered. And my boyfriend's like, "What the heck's going on? Like, what happened to you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just fell, but I don't know why. If I was just walking normal and I've never fallen, till this day I haven't fallen again. So I don't know what the hell happened that like I felt like a like air kind of pushed me, and I felt like then that's
Like a
when I
heavy
just
hand.
like I didn't feel nothing on me, but I just felt like a big like wave of like air or something, and then that's when I just fell over and like literally like almost like got slammed into the coffee station. That was kind of weird. I'm thinking it's the same ghost dude that is here, but I haven't. Other than that, I haven't experienced anything, and I really hope I
Shit.
do because that's just kind of creepy.
Um,
But yeah,
I'm like,
that's.
are we safe here?
I know. We're
Yeah,
good. We're
yeah,
good. We believe in good ghosts if we
yes,
have any kind of ghost.
mhm,
Fuck the the scary ghosts
yeah.
because I don't know. I feel like that like I don't know, like they say that like even though it's like people that have passed away and it's like they haven't been able to rest and all this and that the other, but they get possessed too where like they become bad
Oh
bad
yeah.
ghosts or like they're just trying to like get energy because they haven't realized that they left this world and they're supposed to be into another world now, that they just feed off of people's energies. But I don't know, do your research,
Oh,
but I'm sure you guys,
that's scary.
everybody's, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty crazy, pretty crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I know you have like a jail one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a friend of mine that, was in jail for quite a while, and he said that when he was in jail that he was sleeping, he was in the bottom bunk, and that he just felt something heavy, like when you get a sleep paralysis. That's what he got a sleep paralysis. And he, for some, I don't know how that happens. I think it's like your third eye. I think that's what they say, that it's your third eye, that he was able to like be outside of his body, and he saw himself sleeping. And he looked under the bed, like something told him to look under the bed, and he saw like something, he saw eyes. And he like obviously saw like a spirit, but wasn't able to like figure out the face. But it was just like dark and all that. But that was some scary stuff. And he also told me that the sheriffs, or I don't know what they call them, the guards that usually do like their little checkups and stuff, like they would always see like a spirit in the hallway, because people pass away in jail that obviously don't want to pass away. And their spirits still lie there,
Yeah.
so they like saw it in the end of the hallway. And each time that they would see it, like they would walk with another person, and they would say like, "Hey, do you see it? Do you see it?" And like everybody would hear it, when there was people also in jail that would see that specific spirit in the hallway all the
Oh
time.
heck
So
no.
it's trippy. It is crazy that like shit like that happens, and it's just like, fuck.
It is
I'm like,
trippy.
y hay gente que también, like, even que aunque reza, they don't go away. Like my friend, she's had sleep paralysis before a lot. She recently moved to a new home, and she's been getting like a lot of sleep paralysis and things like that. And she did mention that like she tried like praying while she was getting the sleep paralysis, but it wasn't working, and it wouldn't work. And she felt like it was getting like, it would hold her down like more heavy,
Oh
until
heck
like
no.
she would talk shit to like the spirit that was like holding her down. Y le decía like, hijo de tu pinche madre, like let me the fuck go, like motherfucker, I'm not scared of you, que no sé qué. And
Oh
like
my
she would talk shit
god.
to this,
Yeah.
to the spirit, y le decía y la dejaba ir. And it's just like, fuck, like ni con el pinche miedo, ni con rezando se te quita. Like you really have to like get over all of that and like talk shit to it for it to let you go. Like that's some scary
Yeah.
shit. And she's experienced that a lot, as well as her husband. And he also does the same. Like he'll talk shit to him, or I don't know if it's a him or her, the spirit, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
but they talk shit to the spirit para que se vaya la chingada. Like that's some
Is it the
scary
same
shit.
person, the same couple that experienced the sleep
Yes,
paralysis?
it's the same couple
Oh
that
my
experienced that in
gosh.
the apartment and with the, chiquis triquis thing. And they're experiencing that, in a new home that they have.
So it's
And
followed them.
I don't know if it's following them. I don't know if it's the same one. I
Oh
don't
my
know. It's some
god.
scary shit for sure. And so their home, it like announces like, garage door open, or, the front door
Like
open,
the
or things
sensors
like
of the
that. Like,
cameras or
yeah,
what?
like it'll sense, like little alarms and things like that. So they have a roommate there, and they were all like just a couple, and the little kids, they were in the living room downstairs, and the upstairs, that's where the roommate's room was, and everything was obviously closed because they have the air conditioner on.
Mhm.
And out of nowhere they heard, room 2 window open, and it was like, what the fuck, like,
Oh hell
what the fuck,
no.
nobody's in there. So they obviously went upstairs, but nothing was there. And they came back downstairs, and they said that they've experienced, like, the roommate has experienced, like, his name being called. And it's this, it sounds like the person, like my friend's husband, like the one that calls him, and he'll come downstairs and he won't hear anything, or he won't see anyone, I'm sorry. But it's scary, like, what the fuck, like, shit like that really fucking happens. And
I
it's just like,
know. Have you ever been around them? Have you ever felt anything?
I've been around them all the, like, well, not all the time, I'm sorry. Like, most of the time I'm around them, for some occasions and things like that, but I've never felt anything, or I've never been like, "Oh shit," but I have felt you know, like, just like something, obviously staring at you.
Oh
But
my
I
gosh.
don't really pay no mind to it, and I'm kind of just like, okay, I'm gonna keep my good vibe, like, I'm gonna keep, like, I talk a lot, to God when I'm like feeling anxious, or just scared, or whatever the case is. So
Mhm.
I'll just be talking to myself like, no, I'm gonna have a good day, like, I'm here, blah blah blah. So yeah,
Gosh.
like, that's the only times, and it's only happened, I think, like, once in the garage. Of theirs. But other than that, I haven't, like, seen any of that stuff, or I haven't slept over at their house to experience any of that. But they also mentioned that one of their friends, so the husband's friend, slept over after, like, a good night, or whatever the case is. He slept over, and he felt somebody, like, put their finger in their ear like 3 times.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
it's like, they were like, "What the fuck?" Like, he obviously, like, felt it, and he tried to pay no mind, he was kinda
Yeah.
like, "Quítate la verga" type stuff.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it was like,
So this ghost likes to finger people? What the fuck?
I don't know what the motherfucking case is, but
It's the same, it has to be the same
it ha
ghost that Chiqui Triqui's one, and then
well
because it's very touchy, no?
yeah, well, I mean, just to that guy, I think.
But her too, no?
Well, yeah, but that was at the apartment that she lived in. She lived in an apartment, and then
And
they
then this
at
is a
the new
house.
home, yeah, but they
That's what I'm
still have, like,
saying. I
weird stuff
wonder
going
if
on.
like somebody's following, or like,
It
I
could
mean,
be, though. It could be, because it sometimes it does follow you,
uh-huh.
and it takes it, like, it goes with you wherever you're going and
Yeah,
stuff
like
like
it's
that.
attached to someone
Mhm.
in the house or something. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, there are people that they do have, like, bad spirits que siempre, like,
I
are
follow
are
them,
with them.
which
Yeah.
is crazy
Yeah.
because and now that you just told me that, I used to have this person I knew, and they had told me this story about how their best friend died, and it was because when they were younger, they would always be like, out of the street, like not stealing cars, but opening cars up and like stealing like things from it, like just being like young and dumb and doing like stupid stuff. And it was just like two of them, like two best friends that always like drive around.
Mhm.
They were like teenagers driving around, and they felt like they were cool and everything like that. And like they lived like maybe like there was two houses in between their houses, so they would always be like around each other because they lived in the same neighborhood and everything like that.
Yeah.
And they would always doing like little dumb stuff, and like back in the day, selling weed or whatever. So like just doing things like that,
Yeah.
getting in trouble here and there and stuff like that. So he told me that one day, like, they were chilling in their car and they were like high as hell, and they hadn't gone out and done nothing crazy for the first time ever in a minute. They were just chilling. They didn't want to go out, nothing like that, so they were just chilling in the car doing the smoking. And they saw a shadow cross the street, and they were like, what the hell, like, who is that? And the thing is, like, their house was in a cul-de-sac, so there was no way that anybody would really come in or out that they wouldn't know about,
Yeah.
because it was just a few houses and they were the only like young, like dumb kids there, like
That were
doing
out
the
in the street type of
uh-huh.
stuff, like,
Yeah, everybody
okay.
else was like, senores and stuff like that. So they like got down out of the car and went to go see like who was walking by, because it just kind of passed by like that and they were high. So they were like, are we tripping or did we see something? So they went to go see like around the block and there was no one. So they were like, what the heck? So then that night, um, his grandma called him and told him like, the grandma's like very like religious and stuff like that, and was like, mijo, like please take care, like I know you're out there, I know you'll come home safe and everything like that, but I have a really bad feeling, I had to call you and just make sure that you're okay, because I just felt like something was wrong and this and that and the other. He's like, no grandma, like everything's fine, like we're just chilling, I'm chilling with my friend so and so. And they were just like, okay, cool. So then that night they just decided to drive around to go like 7-Eleven and get
Cruise
a
it.
couple of drinks, yeah, and then
Okay.
come back and chill. So very like mellow night.
Mhm.
Then out of nowhere, like they're coming back from like the 7-Eleven, and they literally like they were driving, but they were going very like 25 miles per hour because it was in the neighborhood. They don't know how the car like aceleró. Like they like all of a sudden it picked up speed
Oh
and
shit.
they slammed into a tree. And when they slammed into it, the tree, the driver, which was his best friend, died in at the scene. And
Oh, yeah.
he was very like bad too, but he got rushed to the hospital,
Mhm.
so then he didn't know, it was like 2 3 days that he was like in a coma. When he woke up they told him like that he asked like, oh, where's my friend? And um he's like, well, they had to tell him like he's
They gave
passed
him the news,
on, yeah.
yeah.
And he was like, what the heck? And so basically, obviously, after that it was horrible because his best friend had passed away and he felt very guilty and all this crazy stuff. And for the first time ever, they hadn't done anything that got them in trouble or risky, or even like stabbed or something, or fights or anything like that, where they would have been at a higher risk. They
Yeah.
were just chilling. And so he was in shock that that happened. So everything was under investigation, this, that, and the other. And the thing is, they said that he said like when he did like the police report and everything afterwards, they were going like 25 miles per hour because they were like in a neighborhood. And like, how they do like the investigations, the cops and everything. Well, the car was going 25 miles per hour, but when they hit the tree, it doesn't add up to the fact that they slammed that hard into the tree at 25 miles per hour. So it was super crazy because it was super mysterious. And while that was going on, like, the velorios and all that, like the 9 days they do the rezos and stuff
Mhm.
like that, the grandma kept telling him like, everything's gonna be okay, mijo, everything's gonna be okay. And then finally, like at when, how it's like 9 days that they do the rezos, when one of those days, like she pulled him over to the side of the grandma and was like, hey, I called you that night because I saw la muerte, like I saw a black shadow and it came to the house. And when they say that that happens, is that it's coming for someone, and I thought it was going to be you. But when you told me you were fine, I suppose that maybe like it wasn't your time and like something was wrong.
Yeah.
But she's like, but something told me that something was going to happen. I just didn't think that it would be coming to the house, when it, like, I guess in a way should have gone to your friend's house. So I don't know if like he was the one that was supposed to die and not the friend, and somehow like that, yeah. But like I guess La Muerte came and knocked at his door and like
Oh
was
my
wanting him to
goodness.
go. So I don't know what happened there, but he said it was like the trippiest thing ever, because after that he had sleep paralysis, he would dream about his friend, like he had to take even like medication to fall asleep because he was just like very like negative vibes, like and
Yeah.
this like ugly spirit following him. And he says that there was times where he would just go to work and felt like he was gonna die because he felt like the muerte was calling him. And so it's like he's still alive, he's still good, and everything's fine, but he just never has ever fully recovered from that because it's still very mysterious to him how the hell that happened or why that happened like that. But that's also very scary when like they say like la muerte comes to your house, or like when people
That's
believe in
scary.
stuff like that, because it's like, damn dude, like why? And it's like,
Yeah.
this can't be a lie if like several people say the same thing, or several families believe the same thing, or things like that,
Yeah.
but it's like trippy because it's like all of it has to do with like brujeria. Well, not that, but like brujeria, Santa Muerte, like all these things have a belief that it's crazy that like actually like too many people feel the same similar situations for it to be like fake,
Yeah.
or not be like as legit as they say it is. So it's just kind of like, what the hell is really going on,
No, yeah,
like
that's some
super
scary shit.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard something like that happen, but man. I mean,
I
what if
mean,
it was really going after him, and sadly his friend was the one that,
yeah.
or
Well,
or the grandma was praying over
that's what I was thinking. I was gonna
that,
say,
that overpowered the Santa Muerte, and she was like, I'm going to take someone,
yeah, like
you know.
I'm coming for someone, and maybe, yeah, with the grandma praying and just saying like watch over them and stuff, maybe it protected him to like not
Yeah.
take him that night. But I mean, he's still very much, like, now it's been maybe like more than like 15 years, he said, since that happened. But
Mhm.
from the time he told me that he's gotten like better at living with it, but when he says it, he still, you could tell he feels very like
Guilty.
guilty and
Yeah.
like, yeah, and like
Yeah.
very bad, and just like he just doesn't understand what happened that night.
Yeah,
And
and it's hard
yeah,
cuz he probably lives with the guilt
and
still,
the thing is
and
they
it's
were
like,
high, so they thought that they were like hallucinating, but no, they saw the dark shadow too coming for someone. And but you don't think like, oh, I see a shadow, it's coming for,
mhm.
like, so it's just kind of super crazy. Yeah,
I know.
super super
Yeah.
crazy.
And well, that's scary. And curiosity kills the cat. Don't be after there going following no nothing. Don't
Yeah.
follow no shadows. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like scary stuff at all. Like, I
Yeah.
get spooked
I'm
out
like, I
really
rebuke it in
fast.
the name of Jesus. I rebuke
Literally,
it.
literally. We're just doing this for the
No,
the
seriously, yeah.
month of
Hmm.
October, because I do get scared, like, yes, I am a chola and I'm down for Cállate la boca,
You know,
but
I'm
but
like Traviesa and Smiley. Don't
yes,
play.
they don't. But like, low-key, I'm scared of all that stuff, because it's just like, I feel like once you like start talking about it, like, I feel like it's almost like gonna get attached to me or something.
Yeah,
But
no, no, no.
no, yeah,
No,
God
it's
first,
it's
God
not.
first. I'm
No, yeah.
holy, you know.
Yes. Yes,
So,
period.
yep.
No, yeah, that's some scary shit, honestly.
Super crazy shit. Another one that another like person told me was
Hmm.
really quick. Like, I don't want to say too much detail because I don't know if I should say it or not, like too much. But I'll tell you guys the concept of the story. Basically, he told me that he was also young too, and he had his girlfriend. His girlfriend at the time, he was like in his 20s. His girlfriend was in her 40s, and so
Wait,
little
what? Say that
sugar
again.
mama,
Say it
that
again.
he was
I'm
in
like,
his
hold up.
20s. You're like, wait, what?
Hold up. I think the Smirnoff and the Biggie is getting to me. What?
That his girlfriend was in her 40s and he was in his 20s. So a little
Mm,
sugar mama. And that,
I see you there.
yeah,
Okay.
and that he
Guys can
was
get their
young.
little paper too. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, and she was like, they would like do, like soda and all this like different kind of, drugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
And
real,
yeah.
real curious. Yeah.
Yes, and they would experiment with a lot of different stuff, all kinds of, not just weed, and we're going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And um, they would also sell and stuff like that. So
Oh
like,
shit.
long story short, money would come and
The
go.
sugar and him.
Uh huh.
Oh
Uh huh.
damn.
They
That's
would.
crazy.
Yes, and he was just young, and he was just doing his thing, and she
He's like,
was,
whatever.
yeah, like whatever works.
Yeah.
And so like they would sell and everything like that, and like money would come and go.
Hmm.
And so they didn't really care. They would spend it as fast as they would lose it and gain it, and all that good stuff.
Fast money. Easy come, easy
Yes.
go. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And at the time, she believed in like La Santa Muerte, and she had like
Oh shit.
stands for them, like, what is it called, like little ritual
Okay.
setups and stuff like that for them. And she was like kind of like bruja vibes, like Like she
Oh my
was,
god, now
yeah.
you reminded me of another story, but go ahead. Yeah.
And so bruja vibes, like she had her little, beliefs and stuff like that. And he was always like on a sick one, so he wouldn't really care and pay attention, but he was low-key scared, but he would just kind of be like on a sick one, so he wouldn't really pay attention. But he respected the fact that she believed in whatever she believed in and stuff like that. Well, he believes that he was very like into her because of like maybe having like a spell on him for the same reason that she
Oh
was like a
shit.
bruja vibes. And so he ended up like doing some time in prison. And when
He
he
got caught with the drugs and stuff.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
didn't tell me what happened, but he said then he ended up in prison,
Mhm.
and that's when his life changed around because he just completely did a whole 360. But um, he was in prison and stuff, and he was talking mad shit about her because that was his last girlfriend, and he was telling his inmate. Is it inmate? Is it called an inmate?
Yeah.
His roomie or whatever.
Mhm.
Like the
Oh yeah, they call them
situation,
roomies.
roomies.
Yeah.
um about like his ex-girlfriend, and he was talking shit about her and all this stuff and the other. And then next thing you know, freaking an earthquake happens. An earthquake happens, but like the room shakes enough. And he says that when you're in jail and stuff, like you have very minimal material, like your personal stuff. It's like very like super like important to you because you only have very minimal things, like a one toothbrush, a little tube of toothpaste, and like that's like super like luxurious to even have in there,
Yeah.
depending on like the people. And he had his essentials there. He had like a little like deodorant and stuff, and like just like a couple essentials. And so did his roommate or his roomie or whatever. And they were talking about her, and then an earthquake happened, and only his things flipped, like fell over and from the little shelf where they had it. And his deodorant, like since it was kind of like one of those like waxy ones, like or
Uh-huh.
whatever, like it just like crumbled. And then his toothpaste, since it was like a little tube, he said it didn't just fall, it like squeezed out. Like who the hell squeezed it out, first of all?
Oh
And
shit.
that like that's like freaking big money in there because it takes a lot for them to even buy that stuff and
Fuck.
get money in their books and stuff. Like, see, he
Yeah.
was like, what the hell? And that his roomie felt this weird ass vibe that, or not his, did I say homie? Well, yeah, his homie, whatever.
Mm.
um felt this weird ass vibe that he even asked to change like cells because he just felt this negative entity being in the room with them all the time.
Oh dang.
And he was really like, the guy was really pissed because all his shit went to shit. And like well, it took a lot, to like even recover it.
Yeah.
And so from there, like anytime he would talk about her, like things would happen every time he like bring
But why
her
was he
up.
talking bad about her or what? Just because
Because
they
I
broke up
I
or?
think I think he was telling him like the story of how he ended up in jail, and maybe like something up to do with her, or like maybe the things that they would do together.
Oh
Because it
shit.
wasn't, deep down, like I said, I don't want to say like the whole story because I don't know like too much, but like at the same time I don't want to expose too much also. But like they would sell, and she was like brujeria vibes. So I don't know if like somewhere in between all of that, like maybe he snapped out of all of this stuff, and like he was talking to his buddy about the situation.
Oh
And
dang.
that's when maybe because he was not he didn't say like talking shit about her, but like talking about her and like
Oh,
saying the
okay.
negative things that happened between them two, that's when everything would happen. And since she was like bruja vibes, he believes that she had like a certain like spell on him or something. And he did like, he said that eventually like his mom was very very religious, that like the last times before that he got locked up, him and her went to his mom's house, and they were just gonna sit there and like eat, and then they were gonna leave, so they weren't gonna stay for long. And the mom was very religious, and she had a little altar with like the candle and the cross, and it was like those crystal kind of crosses and stuff like that, and her velitas and stuff. And when they didn't even pass by the stand that the mom had with her little velitas and stuff like that, when they left, the velas turned off, and her cross and like crystal cross shattered. And so that's when she lost it, because she had a lot of belief in it, and she respected her stance so much that it was only this specific person that stepped in her house and this happened. So that's when she told him like, I love you, but I can't have you in the house because you're with her, and I know she's not good. And like clearly, my little, protection that I have over the house and my rezos, like, you know, she broke them. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want this person in my house. So shortly after, that's when he went to jail and all of this happened. But I guess she just had a very negative brujeria like entity too. And I mean, I know that like a lot of people say like well, I don't know, I'm not really knowledge on it, but like Santa Muerte vibes. Like they say that like, she one, she's a female, and like two, like, you pay your respects to her, she's respectful to you. But if as soon as you start breaking, your respect towards her, she starts, doing things to you to kind of be like, hey, what the hell, like you turned on me. So I
Yeah.
don't know if in the mix of all of this stuff with the easy money and the situation and jail, that things just got crazy.
And it trips me out too because my cousin told me once that like the Santa Muerte was actually an angel, and it was a female angel, and she is like in charge of like, the deaths and things like that, and they took the her eyes out because she couldn't bear like seeing, the deaths and things like that. So I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's something that my cousin said. Y'all can research it. I really don't want to research anything. I'd
Hmm.
rather just like keep it as is and walk by. um but yeah, that's some scary shit.
I know, like when it comes to like Santa Muerte, I don't like to mess with it. I give it its respect and everything like that, but I don't have enough knowledge to know. And I kind of don't want to know,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
the ghost,
What?
it started moving. I think you guys, it's a little ghost.
But yeah, that's some scary stuff. I have one of those, that since you were talking about that, I had a friend of mine that um her brother was married to a girl, and they just had really like bad complications and things like that, and whatever the case is. So one day, he was sleeping, and he woke up to go to the bathroom to use the restroom and stuff, and he saw like the girl that like she was like this, and she was like had her eyes up, like folded up, and she was like, he was like, what the fuck, like what are you doing, and like she was just like, cierra la puerta, like, but in a scary
Oh,
voice. And I
hell
was like,
no.
what the fuck, I was like, shut the fuck up. But yeah, I guess after that, like, he went back into the bed and like, acted like nothing, and I guess like she came back and she acted like nothing, and I was like, what the fuck, like,
Ooh.
that's just some scary shit. I mean, he probably experienced some more like scary stuff like that, but yeah, that's some scary stuff.
Like
Like,
she would get like possessed or something?
I don't know what was going on. I don't know if she would like pray to it or things like that. Like, I don't know what that thing
I know.
was, but it kind of
I
sounds
know.
like something like a prayer type thing that
Yeah.
people do, But yeah, that shit's scary. Like,
Oh, heck no.
I have never, heard of somebody do that either, but it's like son cosas que pues, people do, and at the end of the day, everybody has their own beliefs, and we just respect everyone's beliefs. Like,
Yeah.
respectfully, I respect everyone's beliefs.
Yes.
But
Definitely.
yeah.
I'm like, heck no. Heck no.
Yeah, dude, that's
That's
some
super.
scary stuff.
That's probably one of the scariest things I think I could like
And
imagine.
imagine,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I couldn't experience seeing my boyfriend like doing some like crazy shit like that. I'd be like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, and I
Like,
remember that she said that her like brother's like hallway to the bathroom, like, era como like you get out of the room, and then there's like a pretty long hallway, kind of like a regular sized hallway,
hallway.
and then there's the door to the bathroom, and it's like you're like running back to your freaking room, like, I would be
Yeah.
fucking
Sprinting.
vámonos a dormir, vámonos.
Fuck that. I'll be in
Yeah.
bed. Hell no.
I'll be
I
putting on some like Christian music. There we go. Let's put it all around the building. I'm very
don't
much
my
good
little
off of that,
diaper
baby.
at night. Fuck that. I'm not getting
Yeah,
up.
no, no,
Hell
thank you.
no. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god. That's
Oh,
crazy.
and you know what? She told me that one time, like, she found something like in her sibling's car, and I guess like she threw it away, but it was like something that like was attached, like they were attached, like it seemed like two figures or something like that,
Like
but
an amarre type of thing?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
hell
It was
no.
kind of, it was trippy, yeah, but she found it, and yeah, like it's,
Oh, hell
yeah,
no.
for sure there was something, scary going on there, but like I said, I respect everyone's beliefs, to each his own at the end of the day, but yeah.
Yeah, I've also seen when like I've had like people like show me like when they get like into their house and stuff, and they have like amarres, and like they have like, yeah, like kind of like palos, like two little palitos together
You've
like a
seen it?
cross. Yeah. And like it's like a red like a, what is it, like a lasso type of
Yeah.
thing, and it has like the person's picture on it, and it's
Fuck.
like half burnt type of situation, and then like it stinks kind of like rubber and like a
Oh
dead
yeah, she did say
animal.
it stinked.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Like it has that
Mhm.
odor of like
Mhm.
something like what you would think like Hocus Pocus house smells like. I don't know, like,
Oh,
kind of like
fuck.
rat, kind of
Algo
like, yeah,
muerto, like
yeah,
something dead, rotten,
yeah, like
like,
rubber. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I've
yeah,
heard. But I don't know. I'm like, hell
that's
no.
scary.
Yeah, super, super
Yeah.
scary. Which is like,
Yeah, I'm
I don't
good off
know.
of that, baby.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm like, shit. Like, I'm good.
No.
I want to go to heaven. Hell no.
No, yeah, that's some scary stuff, definitely. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but each his own, to each his own.
Yes. Which I hope you guys like their stories,
Hmm.
can relate to our stories. If you have anything badass like that, let us know. Um,
There's a few fucking weird stories, yeah. I mean, but everybody probably experienced something crazy, and
yeah.
let us know in the comments. I mean, don't be
Yes.
shy at all. Don't just view the video. Let us know if you had something crazy or some crazy shit happen,
Yes, we want
even
to
if it's at a
know.
pueblo or something. Like, I want to know the tea.
Talking about pueblos and stuff.
Hmm.
I have this friend. They just moved over. Sorry, here I'm remembering another story.
We're like,
I know,
er,
right? Like, stop. Where like they moved into a new house, and outside the house they would hear like a lady like yelling the uncle's name, and
like loud.
like loud, like
Oh shit.
and then like even when they go outside and like chill and stuff, like they can hear like this lady like talking, like kind of like saying their names, or like kind of like talking, and they're like just turning around and stuff, and like right where they live, they like across the street, it's kind of like an open little field, and it's like a little garden that she used to have. Well, it was a lady that passed away, and her family keeps her little garden still alive and everything like that as memory, but I guess she still comes and like is in the garden.
Visits.
Uh-huh. So like um oh, I want to sneeze. um what's it called, like when they're outside, the people from across the street, which is them, hear the lady. And one day, like the wife of the guy that like hears his name being called, asked the gardener like um if he's ever heard or seen anything like that, because like they hear somebody, like a woman speaking. And um the gardener told them that, yeah, it's a lady. That's when they found out that it was a lady that used to live there, and like her kids keep her garden there, and then like that he's felt her too, but it's like she's not negative, but she's just still like, I guess, hasn't fully gone like to like rest in peace. So
Hmm.
she still kind of like comes around and visits and stuff. So it's kind of creepy because they just moved in that house maybe like 2 months ago, and like at the
Ay,
first few weeks, like they've been like to this day like experiencing that. And now they're kind of more used to it, since they know it's like a lady and it's like this, like, entity. But the thing is like, how do you know if it's really that person, or if it's just a negative entity playing out to be,
yeah.
like this person that it is. Like on my last episode, I spoke about La Ouija, which I don't want to get into La Ouija because I get scared. But like pretty much, when you open up, when you play the Ouija, they say that, supposedly like your family comes and like talks to you, or like specific people
Oh.
come and talk. But it's like, it's not the people that you think it's talking to. It's like
Mhm. Mhm.
negative people, or like negative things that make themselves, pretend like they're these people and they're not. So
Yeah.
it's just like, how do that maybe it is a senora or not, which is super crazy, because
That's some
you just
scary
never know.
shit.
And then they're from this pueblo in Oaxaca, and he was telling me that they went about a year ago, and he sent us the video. I don't have it anymore, but he sent us the video, and you could hear La Llorona crying in the background, and it's just like the pueblo, and it's like a camera from a house
Yeah.
recording, and it's just like the neighborhood's super quiet and chilling, and just all the dogs are barking, and then you just hear like the gritos, and
And
I
it gives you like a weird vibe,
uh
doesn't
huh.
it? Oh my god,
So I'm
yeah.
just like, I thought the Llorona is like, I get it. It's like a story, a traditional story you hear in Mexico and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I guess now it's more normal to hear it than not.
Hmm.
But I didn't think it was necessarily real, real. But it's like, I guess it is
Yeah,
real,
it
you know?
is. Yeah,
Like,
fuck
La
that.
Llorona is a legit thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But hell no.
Yeah, I actually, now that you remind me, I had a friend recently. So she lives like in a reserved area in the reservation, Indian reservation, I'm sorry. And she like recorded, she, I guess she was in her front porch. She was just chilling, just whatever the case is. She was just outside,
Mm-hmm.
and she heard like a noise. It was kind of it, so she showed me the video, and it kind of sounds like a man howling, or like, I don't know how to explain it. Kind of sounds like a "Woo,"
Oh my
like
God.
that, but it was so fucking loud. Like she explained it as like the noise of like the purge, like the murr.
Oh my
Yeah, so she
gosh.
explained it as that, and I was just like, that does not sound like that. But I didn't want to tell her either. I'm like, girl, I'm like, whatever you think it is, I'm like, I'm gonna rebuke it in the name of Jesus, and I'm gonna act
Yeah.
like I didn't hear what the fuck you just said, and I didn't hear the video.
Yeah. Oh
But
my God.
yeah, that's some scary shit. And in that area, pues imagínate, it's like, it's lonely because, it's not that lonely because there's other houses, pero pues tienes tu good property where it's like, you're,
Divided, huh? Like
yeah,
by
it's
acres and
divided.
stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah. And like, it
huh?
was just like, she heard that, and she asked like one of her friends that live in that, like in a few neighborhoods away, and she was like, no, I didn't hear anything. She was like, dude, it was loud as fuck, like I heard it. And when she went inside the house to call her husband to, obviously she got scared, and she's like, vente para acá porque pues yo no voy sola, type of stuff. So she took him outside, and then that's when the noise stopped. Like, it stopped immediately,
Oh
like after he
hell
stepped outside,
no.
and she was like, what the fuck, like what's going on?
No.
But yeah, dude, that shit's scary. Like, there's a lot of definitely like scary stuff that happens, and like,
Mm-hmm.
thankfully I haven't experienced anything that's been like, oh my god, it's so so scary, besides that, those
Yes.
bad dreams and whatever the case is. But yeah, it's
Yeah, same. Like, I mean, this is not like scary, but it's trippy because like one day me and Chino and we seen a shooting star. Me and
mhm.
Chino seen a shooting star, and Chino's my boyfriend if you guys don't know. But like, we seen shooting stars, and he's the first person that I ever seen a shooting star with, and like we literally both turned at the same time when we saw a shooting star, and we thought it was like the cutest thing ever and whatever,
Mhm.
because we're like, oh my god, make a wish, right, right,
Yeah.
right. But we're almost together for 4 years, and one of the nights not too long ago, actually this year, we were walking our dogs at night, and we were like the last ones walking our dogs, in the neighborhood, and we saw we didn't see a shooting star. We saw like a what would see like a star, but it was just going, 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 going like above us, just like going, going. Like we were walking also, so we were going towards the direction that the like star whatever was going, and we were like, what the hell? And we were walking, and we were like watching it the whole time. The whole time it was like
It was like a
going
bright light, or
like what you would think it's a star in the sky, but it
Mhm.
just kept going, kept
Uh-huh.
walking with us as we were walking, and it kept going, 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 going. And as soon as we like look down real quick or something, like we both kind of did because we were like walking the dog, so we like had to look down real quick. As soon as we looked down and we looked back up, it was gone, but it had been going, and it's like I didn't see it by myself. Like Chino saw it with me too. So
What
it's
the
like
fuck?
there's no way that I was like tripping, And the thing is, like, I looked up and I saw it. And I was like, look, look. And he was looked up too, and he saw it, and we were just like watching it because we were like, what the heck is that? Because it wasn't a plane. It was not a plane. It wasn't like anything like aircraft, vibes.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the hell it was, but that was kind of weird that night. And we seen a shooting star, and the shooting stars just kind of go like this, and then they die down. So you can kind of see that little bit. But
Mhm.
this one was going, going, going for a while. And I mean, we went around the neighborhood, and the whole time it was like walking with us almost. But as soon as we took our eyes off of it, it just took off,
Did
and
you
we're
ever
like, what the
like
heck?
search something like that up? Did you see?
No, because we were like, I wanted to, or I wanted
Yeah.
to see where the heck it went and stuff. Like, I even went back outside to see, like, a ver qué show, because we were almost getting to our house when, like, it
Mhm.
just disappeared, and I was like, but what was it? Like, what would we even put? Like,
Yeah.
for what is those, like, when they have like those like balls of fire that cross the earth? Sé que tanto, I don't know what they're. I don't know. I'm
You're
not
like a big bright light going straight forward, disappearing. Yeah.
Google. But it's just like I didn't research it, nothing like that. We were just like, kind of, it's a trip. And there's been times where, like, I've been on the phone. I remember one time I was driving home, and I don't know who the heck I was on the phone with. It might have been Chino, I don't know who. And I swear I saw like a UFO, which I think is super trippy because, like, I was driving, and then I was like, wait, let me FaceTime you, like, you got to see this with me, because I'm not freaking lying, because I'm like, I want somebody to know that I'm
Yeah.
like not freaking lying.
Yeah.
So then, like, here, I FaceTime, and they saw it with me. I don't remember who it was though, but point is that they saw it with me, and they were like, what the and I was like, "Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one." But it's just a trip, because it's like, I guess it's not like spooky, but it's weird because it's shit, like, we're not alone.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Those
Oh
shits
yeah,
definitely do exist. Yeah.
yeah, they have
They are
to.
roaming around somewhere. I
And it's
mean,
like
don't
there's so
play.
many things in this world, like negative entities, good spirits, bad spirits, UFOs, aliens. I don't know what else,
Yeah.
Godzilla. I
Yeah.
don't know all this shit. It's just like,
Fucking giants.
it's
Fuck. Like,
literally freaking, next thing you know, dinosaurs are in, like, underneath us real quick, we living,
yeah, low
chilling.
key, huh?
So it's just kind of like, you don't even know. And it's like, no wonder all this shit happens to us, but, like,
Yeah.
damn.
It's crazy.
Which I was watching this video real quick, and I'm not really like, I believe in God and everything like that, and I don't follow a specific religion, I don't know
Hmm.
exactly. I was, baptized Catholic and everything like that. My grandparents were Christian, so I don't really know a specific, like, religion, but I do believe in God, and I pray to God all the time and stuff like that, to be honest with you guys. And I'm not saying I'm against one or the other, nothing like that. It's just I personally don't know where to go, but I do talk to God every single day, and, like, I think every day and all that good stuff. But to my story was, I was seeing this video that said, like, like, all these crazy things happen to us, and that's with, like, saying that God still, like, is watching over us and taking care of us, because obviously, if you guys don't know, miracles do happen, like,
Yeah.
all the time. And sometimes, they happen to us, we're like, like, certain stuff that could have happened to us didn't happen, because, the power of prayer, or, like, just believe in God, or just because, God is watching us and all that good stuff. So a lot of things don't happen to us, but it's like, um the lady was saying, like, like, repent and be good and do your good stuff, because, like, imagine if bad things happen now, and yeah, a lot of us are also saved every single day. Imagine the day God no longer is around, because he comes, and, like, they say, like, he's gonna come and, like, like, take the good people and leave the bad people, and the bad people are gonna go to hell and stuff like that. Imagine when there's no, like, drop of good in this world, like, how crazy it's gonna be. And it's like, you already think, like, there's a lot of bad things that happen and a lot of great things that happen too, but it's like, all the stuff, like, I thought about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is true, like, all these bad things that already do happen. Imagine when that's all there is in this world. Like, it's pretty
Yeah.
crazy to think, because we're just getting a example of, like, what ugly is like, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh heck no, but
No,
it's
yeah.
crazy, it's really, really crazy.
I mean, there's a good and there's a bad
Yeah,
everywhere,
yeah, and we all
and
have a choice,
yes.
so
And we're not alone.
yes,
There's aliens,
there's definitely aliens, dinosaurs, and
fucking
Godzilla,
giants.
and
Like I saw that one that I don't know if you've heard of that one guy that recorded like a giant and like
oh,
he
in the mountain.
disappeared. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like Bigfoot or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there definitely has to be something like
Yeah.
that. Like, there's no way that there's.
Yeah, definitely, they're definitely hiding some stuff, you
Excuse
know.
me. Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
The government.
Yeah, you guys definitely hide some stuff, but
Like, we're in 2024, we're ending it, and it's crazy. Like, all this stuff that's coming out, we're not gonna speak on it, because there's too much stuff to talk
I
about.
know.
But if you guys know, you guys know,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's too much stuff to, like, not be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll end it here. I hope you guys like the story. I
Yes.
hope you like hanging out with Traviesa and
The
Smiley.
Traviesa, from the block Cállate la Boca.
Yes, and Smiley from Cállate la Boca too. Um, and I hope you guys like seeing Traviesa here again. Um, and if you guys want her around, let me know. We'll bring her
Let me
around.
know. And on a
Yes.
serious note, just like a side note, just I hope everybody in Florida, everybody in Mexico is okay. I know that
Yes.
there's that what is it?
The
The
hurricanes?
hurricane, and a lot of people are suffering, and they're losing their homes, they're evacuating and things like that. I hope you guys are all okay. My prayers go to you guys, and
Yes.
yeah, everybody in Mexico too. I really do pray that everything is
Yeah, that
okay.
yes, that everybody is like good and safe. And
Yeah,
I mean everyone around the world just,
it's crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
I
We
hope
are talking
everybody.
spooky vibes,
It
but
is spooky vibes,
yeah.
but on
But
a side, on a good note.
yes. Yes, on a good note, we
Yeah,
do hope all you guys are blessed and that you guys
yeah,
are like good and that you guys do believe in God that way, like, he protects you and keeps you guys safe and these spooky things don't really happen, It's good vibes, good stories, but at the end of
yeah.
the day we have to like really, make
Yeah,
sure
or
everybody's
whatever
good.
God you guys believe in,
Yes.
we're open to religions here, but
Yes. Whatever you believe in that's like positive.
yes.
Positive only. But
Yes.
yes.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sandra,
Yes.
for having me
Of
again.
course, it's so
I hope you guys
fun.
like me.
Yes.
I'm here to bother you guys again. I'm like, again, back at it again.
No,
Um,
we like having invites and having good vibes,
yeah.
different points of views and
Definitely
different
some weird
stories.
stories this time, but
Yes.
if it happens, if something's happened in your life, don't forget to comment down below. Don't be shy.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to let you guys know every time we upload a new episode. And we hope to see you guys in the next episode. And we'll see you next time.
rolling out.
Bye.
Bye.